What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Unparalleled Universe, and thank you for joining me as I take a look at the 112 Collective New York Comic Con exclusive Red Skull figure from Mezco. And I didn't go to New York Comic Con or anything. I just pre-ordered this off their website, and I just barely got it, and I feel like I'm the last one in the world to get it, so I'm the last one to review it, but it's all good. But it's okay because I'm very happy to have them. So let's get into it by starting off with the box here. The box is pretty simple. You just got the Hydra logo right there in the center. Then on the top it says 112 Collective, and then you have the Mezco exclusive sticker. And then on the side you have the Hydra logo and it says Red Skull. That's about it there. And then on the back you got some awesome looking artwork. Check that out. Looks like he's ready for war. And I really like when they have artwork on the back of the packaging rather than the promotional pictures that we've seen 100 times. I think it's cool for them just to do the artwork and that's it. I'm a big fan of the packaging that Mezco uses for their convention exclusive figures because it's a lot smaller than the ones that come with their standard figures. And I don't like to throw away the boxes because they look really nice. They're very high quality, but those big huge boxes that the standard figures come in are like a hassle to deal with. I know they have the cool window display and that's cool and stuff, but I never display my figures in there anyways. So, I either display them loose or I use those boxes to store them in. So I like the smaller version. But anyways, let's look at the articulation on this guy. And let's see, let's start here with the head. His head can go side to side, and it could rotate around. It has movement at the head up here and at the neck, so you get a lot of good movement out of there, some good tilting side to side. And then you could get him to look down a decent amount. You got his chin and his chest there, so that's good. And then it could come up about that much. Pretty good amount. And then for his torso, it has the 2 points of articulation as the mid torso and the waist, and using both of them you could kind of get them to rotate around. You could get them to tilt side to side a pretty nice amount. Check that out there. Works both ways pretty good. And then with both of them you get a nice amount of twisting. And yeah, but you got to really work with these two joints to get any kind of ab crunch. And yeah, you got to work with it. Mine was really tight, but check that out. That's pretty good. It's not too horrible at all. Could crunch forward about that much there, and then you can get them to lean back a pretty good amount. But that's using both of those joints, and that's pretty much the only way that you could get any crunching from his torso. Then for his shoulders, he's got ball joint shoulders that also have the butterfly type of joint. My shoulders are really tight; they kind of make me nervous. But yeah, check that out. You got the butterfly joint there. Then you have ball jointed shoulders, so you could bring his arm up only about that much because his jumpsuit is pretty tight on him, so I really don't want to risk it, but that's okay. It goes up a pretty nice amount. Then it can go back about that much, and you can see there that his jumpsuit gets real tight right there, the shoulder area, so you got to be a bit careful about that. And then you have the upper bicep swivel, and obviously it's kind of hard to see, but definitely have the upper bicep swivel. Then you've got double jointed elbows. Then you have a swivel here at the wrist and a hinge at the wrist. And let's see his legs. For his legs, you're not going to be able to get him to do the splits because of his jumpsuit. That's about as much of the splits that you can get him to do, but his legs can come all the way to the side like that. They could come forward a pretty good amount. And they could go back a decent amount. And then you have the upper thigh swivel. You have double jointed knees. You have a swivel at the boot. And then at his foot you could go side to side. And you could actually get them to rock a pretty good amount. The ankles on him are really good. Or a lot better than some other Mezco figures. So it's really cool. And you get them to kind of come up about that much. And they only go down about that much. But that's alright. Because yeah, the rocking is really good on there. So the articulation is really good on Red Skull. It's the standard Mezco articulation. On mine, all the joints are really tight, and I kind of get nervous messing with it. I don't want to have them in the wrong spot trying to force it and then snap something. But overall, really good articulation. And for his accessories, he comes with a bunch of different hands. And first off, he comes with a pair of fists in case he wants to square up with Cap and get rocked. And then he comes with the gripping hand on his left side. And then he has another, like a tighter gripping hand, also on his left side. And then for his right hand, he comes with a dramatic, like, holding hand that he could use to hold onto his cosmic cube. And then he comes with a pistol gripping hand, and he could obviously use that to hold onto his pistol. And he comes with two very nice looking head sculpts. Here's the first one, just looking crazy. And then here's the second one, also just looking crazy. And then he comes with this nice looking flamethrower. And check that out, he looks really cool with that on. And the way you put this on is you have to pop his head off in order to get it on there. But it unfastens here in the back. Comes apart like that, it's just a peg. You know, pop his head off. And then you're able to get that thing on and off pretty easy. And yeah, see, that's it. Pretty good, pretty easy. And that flamethrower looks really great. Check it out. It's got a lot of nice details on the back. It's all scratched up and beat up. I'm a little nervous with this part here. Kind of looks like it could potentially snap if I'm not careful. Then you got the hose here. It's really soft. It doesn't get in the way too much. And look at these straps and stuff. Those are sculpted really nice. A lot of detail in there. They look like actual backpack straps or something. So very cool weapon to come along with Red Skull here. Check out the actual flamethrower part. You got some wear here on the handles. Very cool. Check that out. That's cool. Only thing that would have made it better is if it came with some flame effects, which it doesn't. But it's okay. Yeah, it's a very cool looking weapon. And here's a closer look at his pistol. And yeah, it looks nice too. You know, you got some paint details in there. It looks kind of beat up and stuff. It looks very good. It kind of looks like it has like a silencer thing on it. I don't necessarily know if that's what that is, but it looks like it, so that looks cool. And then you have the Cosmic Cube that looks very nice. It's pretty simple though. It's just a square piece of plastic. You know, can't really expect much for that. But yeah, it gets the job done, so I'm happy that they included that. Then you got the stand that comes with most Mezco figures. I really wish they'd start making these things smaller, but you got the peg here in the center. You got the arm that you could use to pop out the peg. And then you could stick the arm in there. And then there you go, you got the arm that you could pose Red Skull on. And you probably won't be doing too many flight poses with him, but you could kind of get him into some cool running poses or some dramatic fighting poses with that arm. So that's pretty good. Or you could just have him stand on the peg. And I like that a lot. That looks great, I think. And just in case anyone wanted to make the most expensive Hydra soldiers ever, you can pop these straps off of the Marvel Legends Hydra soldier and stick them onto Red Skull. They fit on there pretty easy. I didn't have to modify it or anything. But the only thing that kind of sucks is the head does not really fit on there. As you can see there, it kind of just sits there. And obviously the green doesn't match. But if someone wanted to modify that and paint it up, I think that would look really, really nice. And for some size comparisons, here he is next to the Marvel Legends Hydra figure from the Civil War wave and the Marvel Legends Hydra figure from, I believe it was the Brood series wave or something. I can't remember, but it was from when everybody hated Hasbro, when they just started taking over Marvel Legends and stuff. But I always thought that figure was kind of cool, so I keep a couple of them. And then here he is next to Mezco Captain America and Mezco Punisher. And then here he is hanging out alongside Marvel Legends Spider-Man and DC Icon Superman. Here he is next to the Marvel Legends Captain America from the Onslaught wave and the Marvel Legends First Appearance Captain America. I don't remember which wave he's from, but I really think that we need an updated version of First Appearance Captain America. Here he is alongside the Ardman Zola Build-A-Figure and the Marvel Legends Red Skull from the Civil War wave from a couple years back. As for the figure itself, he's pretty much just a green jumpsuit, with the exception of his belt here, which is plastic and it could kind of swing around so the holster doesn't get in the way while you're posing him. So that's pretty good. That looks nice. It's like a soft plastic. But yeah, other than that, it's just a green suit. Oh, and the boots, of course. And the boots are really nice. They're brown with like a gray. There's some like silverish kind of details, you know, sprinkled in there that look really nice. And then you got the Hydra armband that looks good. And I'm glad that they decided to keep that on there. I know there was some debate as to whether that was going to be on there, but they kept it there, so that's cool. But yeah, the green suit is simple, but it looks really nice. All the stitching is done really good. And yeah, he looks really cool. This would be a cool body just for some goons, you know, and that'd be kind of expensive too. But yeah, it looks really nice. Very happy with it. And then the head sculpt is really cool too. It's probably one of my favorite Red Skull head sculpts that I've seen. Check that out. You got some like cracks and some nice dark wash in there. And yeah, they did a really good job on that. And then here's the alternate head that looks really good too. Kind of looks more menacing with the crazy like scowl on his face. Got his eyes all cockeyed looking crazy. But yeah, this one looks nice too. You got some dark wash in the cracks and things like that. Yeah, so overall, like I said before, it's a pretty simple figure, but he's really cool. He's very fun to pose and play with, and for me, this is my favorite version of the Red Skull, just like the old school classic jumpsuit Red Skull. So yeah, I like the modern version too, but I don't know, I think I like this version better, so I'm very happy that they went with this. It's too bad that it was a New York Comic Con exclusive, but yeah, it's very cool. One thing I didn't touch on with the cube is it's supposedly glow in the dark. It's always hard for me to capture that stuff on my camera setup here, but yeah, it's supposed to glow in the dark. It's a feature that they incorporate sometimes, which is a cool idea, but for me, I really don't need my figures to glow in the dark, so I don't really care about it. But yeah, I just wanted to mention it because I didn't mention it when I talked about the cube. But yeah, this figure's cool, and I really like the fact that he captures the look of classic Red Skull perfectly, so he looks really good next to the classic Captain America from Mezco. The only thing that sucks about this figure is that it was a convention exclusive, and now he's really hard to get. They do give people a chance to pre-order the figures off the Mezco website, so I advise that you always take advantage of that opportunity, because you can't really rely on somebody being able to pick this up at the convention for you, because the conventions are unpredictable. Like, this figure hung around on the website for a couple days, I think it was, and it didn't sell out, but then at the convention it sold out like the first day, like before Wolverine did. I don't think anyone saw that happening, so that was kind of crazy. But yeah, now he's super expensive. He probably goes for like $200 or whatever. And in my opinion, I don't think that it's a $200 figure. You know, it's not really worth $200. So I'm very happy with what I paid for it. I just paid retail, but I got it from the Mezco website, and you know, I ended up getting it later than everybody else, but that's okay. And thank you very much for taking the time to watch this video, because I know that it wasn't really necessary. I know there's a lot of reviews of him already floating around, but I got mine kind of late and I really wanted to talk about it. So if you watch the video, it's because you like the videos, and I really appreciate that. So thank you. And that's it. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Thank you very much. Peace.